Welcome, everyone. My name is Rachel Garcia, and I'm going to be sharing some information with you today that I know could be life-changing for you and your family. I first found out about it in 2008, 15 years ago. And at the time, I was working full-time as a physician assistant practicing medicine. My husband and I had been married 10 years. We had two children, a 9-month-old and a 3-year-old. So life was busy. And he was working full-time as a construction estimator. I had just finished the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki that year. And I wasn't struggling financially, but I had no time freedom. I worked 12-plus-hour days, never saw my kids. I had essentially a nanny raising them, and they called her mom, and it was eating me up. And I really took a step back and looked at what the next 10 years looked like and realized I was probably never going to really see my kids. And that was really bothering me. And so after reading the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I got really brave and decided to start two businesses, not one, but two, because I'm crazy. And that was over $100,000 of money invested. And now we were really, really busy. My husband opened a construction company in addition to his full-time job. And I opened a skincare retail store with a brick and mortar location in Ponte Vedra Beach, in addition to my full-time job. And that's where we were when my brothers called me and said, "Hey, we have another business for you." And at that point, I was business out. I said, "I have no interest whatsoever. I have no time." And they said, "You can say no. Give me an educated no." And I watched their presentation, and within 5 minutes, I was dialed in. Like I wanted to be involved with this company. I recognized truth immediately, and I jumped in 2015. And that time freedom that I was so desperately searching for did not come from those first two businesses that I started. It came from this third business that I stumbled into and didn't even get involved in for the business side of it. I got involved for the health aspect of it. So I don't know who this is for today. I have helped tens of thousands of people over the last 15 years throw prescriptions in the trash. I've helped thousands of people earn weekly checks with this exact message that I'm giving to you. I take time out of my day every day and have for years to do live presentations to be sure that whoever is supposed to hear this message hears this message. The name of the company we're going to be telling you about is PURE. It stands for People United Reaching Everyone. And in 15 years of sharing this message and being a brand partner with this company, I've learned that people are attracted to different things that we offer here. One group is attracted to the health aspect. That was definitely me. My nephew had just been diagnosed with severe autism in 2008. And I had sat with my sister in the pediatrician's office when he told her, "Bo will never speak. He will never have more than the mind of a 3-year-old. He will always be in diapers. And don't look to health, nutrition, and supplements for a better answer because they won't work." My sister is sobbing next to me. I have a 9-month-old with vaccination scheduled the following week. And I had a lot of questions, as I'm sure anybody in that situation would. And so I went on a health search, trying to figure out what is autism and why did my nephew have it. And I began reading an extensive amount of books, including this one. And I'm not talking about Google and Wikipedia. I have a master's degree in clinical medical sciences, and I began reading everything I could find published on autism. And my eyes were opened to the importance of pouring nutrition into our bodies. And I was doing a really crappy job at it, quite frankly. So I started going to the health food store on a regular basis. We had an organic garden that my husband started. I had a juicer. And when I saw the message of PURE, it was a simplified, easy way to get good nutrition in my family that had been used in a clinical practice with patients for 30 years. And I said, I can't out-research 30 years. And their message was truth. Cleanse your body of the toxins you've been consuming since you were born. Balance out your pH and your hormone levels and pour plant-based nutrition in. And this amazing machine will work the way it was made to work. Prevention is better than prescription. I said, I'm in. Give me everything they've got. Little did I know it would drastically change our lives, not just my nephew's life, but my life, my children's lives. And we saw issues like insomnia that I'd struggled with for 10 years disappear, energy levels soaring, my husband's depression and anger issues gone in 6 weeks, my son's constipation issues gone in a week, and weight dropping off of us that we'd been trying to lose but didn't have the time to focus on. Within 3 months, when my nephew started speaking, I said, I have to tell others. And I stumbled into this business, having no idea what I had my hands on. And it changed our lives drastically. So I joined for the simplicity. Click a button, best of the best comes to my house. I don't have to drive to the health food store. You guys, this was like brand new in 2008. We were not getting things delivered to our house in 2008. Very few people were. So for me, I used to in the OR brainstorm up ideas on how to make money. And a grocery delivery service was one of my brainstorm ideas that I came up with way back in the early 2000s. So this to me was brilliant. And it wasn't just any old products. They've used it in a clinical practice. I said, I'm still here today because of the very real results. I'm here not just for what happens in 30 days, but for the lab work that I've seen that comes back 3 to 4 months after people are on this system. So I want to ask you a serious question though. Knowing that back in 2000, very few people were buying things online, and that now when I poll the live audiences that I speak in front of, almost everyone has an Amazon membership. I want to ask you, if you had seen a presentation like this in early 2000 and they had been saying, we have this company called Amazon, and we're looking for brand partners, people who will go spread the message about this membership to Amazon that has everything you can possibly imagine. And in the future, 20 years from now, we believe everybody will be buying products from Amazon because of the simplicity that we offer. Would you have seen it? If they said, we're going to give you 10 to 50% of every purchase that's ever made by anybody you tell about this company, Amazon, we're trying to get the word out about it. Would you have seen it? I don't know that I would have seen it, but I believe that's what we have here in Pure. I believe everyone in the next 15 to 20 years will have a membership to Pure. Why? Because we really do have the best in nutrition. We are attracting some of the most knowledgeable people in the nutrition world to what we have, because when they compare to what they're using, they see that what we have is the best. What makes us different? Well, if you're looking at starting a business of any kind, you want to think of who your customer is. You want to make sure that everybody you come into contact is a customer, not just the women, not just the runners, not just the pet owners. What we have is for everyone with a body, because sooner or later in life, everyone figures out this is your number one asset. You cannot buy good health once you get to a certain state. And if you do not take care of your number one asset throughout your life, it will bite you later in life. Most of us, however, take better care of our phones, of our shoes, of our houses that we live in multiple houses throughout our adult life. We have multiple cars throughout our adult life, but we don't take the same kind of care of our home, the one home our soul knows while we're here. 100% of the demographic is our customer base. It's a consumable product. So unlike vacuum cleaners and water purifiers and Cutco knives, they will purchase over and over and over again. And here what we found is when someone starts with a Pure Starter package, 93 out of 100 people repurchase. Why? Because it works. Because they can tell when they take it and they can tell when they don't. And time after time, people go through our 30-day program. They run out of products after 30 days and they come knocking on our doors, calling us and saying, oh my gosh, I've been pooping smoothly and easily, and now I'm not. I feel like I was hit by a train. I was feeling so good the last 30 days. And I had to run out to figure out that the reason my pain is gone is because of these Pure products. I need to order some more. This business model is brilliant. It's said to be brilliant by some of the best minds of our time. Now, Richard Branson, billionaire Richard Branson, says network marketing is brilliant. He also says everyone should have a small business for the write-off purposes. I recognize most people who watch these presentations are employees. I was for a very long time. I read Rich Dad Poor Dad and said, I need to get out of the employee mindset and start businesses. To do that, time-consuming, massive amount of money invested. This is why these guys say this business is the best one. Now, those of you that are employees, you're used to getting a certain amount of money back from your tax returns at the beginning of every year. I have someone on my team who every year gets between $900 to $1,000 back. Last year, because she invested in Pure as a brand partner and she purchased products monthly for her family's health, she was able to get $3,900 back instead of $900 back. That is why Richard Branson says it's smart for the tax deduction purposes. But Tony Robbins says finding a business that has a small investment and a small monthly overhead is what keeps most Americans from starting businesses. And we have that here. That's why he says these kinds of businesses are brilliant. Now, there's a lot of them out there that are not good, guys. They're run just for the purposes of making money. They have really crappy products. Those are gone in less than 5 years. They're gone in less than 5 years. This company I'm talking about has been around 15 years. To find a company that's been around for 15 years, less than 100,000 people in the United States know about it is a rare find. Why don't they know about it? Because we haven't been bold enough about it. And I'm getting more and more bold every single day as the stories continue to pour in. And I recognize how many people are broke, how many people are hopeless, and how many people are struggling with their health and have no answers other than prescriptions. These are the books that I read. Rich Dad, Poor Dad started me on the business journey. And I wish I'd read the second book before I started the $100,000 investment in those other two companies. But The Business of the 21st Century came out in 2010, also written by Robert Kiyosaki. You can imagine my surprise when I realized I'd stumbled into with this third business that I thought I was just doing for health purposes. And I stumbled into the business that Robert Kiyosaki calls the business of the 21st century, largely because of the ability to leverage your time. You see, with my skincare store and my husband's construction company, if we go to Hawaii or Europe for 3 months, the money stops. Not with this business. I could close my computer, put my phone down, and move to New Zealand tomorrow for the next year, live with my kids in an RV and go all over the country if I wanted to. And I'd make more money in 2023 than I did in 2022 because of the systems we have in place and the ability to leverage my time. You see, I've spent a little bit of time consistently on this every day for 15 years. Yes, I've taken vacations here and there, but I want to ask you, is there something you have in your life right now that if you spend 30 minutes a day on it, 5 days a week, it will pay you weekly checks for decades to come, that you can will to your children, that you can sell as a business asset? If not, gosh, listen to what we have. I was attracted to how it started. 30 years in a clinical practice. As a healthcare provider, I said, that's a long time. I cannot out-research that in my few hours at night on Medscape. They chose not to hire a marketing firm. There was a 3-year waiting list for people to get in the clinic. They didn't have enough practitioners. They didn't have enough physicians to see the people that were waiting to get this cleanse, balance, build information. They said, we're going to start a company, but we're only going to spread the news by word of mouth. We already have a 3-year waiting list. It was brilliant. If they put it in Whole Foods, I would have never found it. The only reason I'm here today is because my brother said, we've got something, you need to look at it. Somebody that I believed, liked, trusted. And they asked me to look, and I said, okay, that's probably why you're on today. Somebody that you know said you should take a look at this. I believe with all of my heart, after 20 years of practicing medicine, 15 years of recommending these products, that the majority of the health issues we face, and I mean, you name it, guys, because I've seen testimonies with all of it. Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, ADHD, arthritis, focus issues, constipation, hemorrhoids, you name it. It's the result of these 3 things. We're toxic. We're drinking out of plastic water bottles, putting our food in plastic containers in the microwave, eating foods that have been sprayed with herbicides, pesticides, fungicides. We're pouring acidic foods into our body like meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, bread. I'm not telling you not to consume those things. I'm telling you, you need to be putting more plants in than you are those things. And I'm going to show you how in 30 seconds in the morning to get more nutrition than your whole neighborhood gets in a week. We're extremely undernourished. It's affecting our kids. The studies are showing this. And whatever's in your genetic pipeline, whatever your parents are struggling with, it's coming to you faster than it hit them because of your lack of movement, because of the toxicity and the lack of nutrition in the food. It's going to hit our kids sooner unless we do something about it, which is why I'm being so bold. I know I have an answer. And no, you can't just get it from your food. For over a decade, studies are showing the food we're growing is not the same as what our grandparents used to eat. The answer is cleanse your body of the toxins. The 7 channels we eliminate through our lungs, our liver, our skin, our lymphatic system, kidneys, blood, and intestines have been trying to remove the microparticles of plastic and chemicals and herbicides since you were born. Give it a help. Give them a little help. Let's cleanse them. Let's balance them. We're pouring plant-based nutrition in and build up the trillions of cells that are screaming for plant-based nutrition. Let's give it what it needs. Genesis 1:29 says everything we need comes from the ground. That's truth. So how are you going to get it? Where are you going to get it? You have 9 different kinds of brands of supplements in your house that you take maybe sometimes, but when you travel, you definitely don't take, because who sees the difference? It's not working if you don't take it regularly. You can't tell when you take it and you can't tell when you don't. You need to look at what we have. We have medical doctors joining us weekly. Think about that for a minute. Why would a medical doctor join us? Because we've been practicing medicine a long time. I'm a PA. I worked hand in hand with doctors for 20 years. We've seen how medicine has changed. We have a medical advisory panel made up of medical doctors. Many of our products are in the physician's desk reference, which is what all of us use to write prescriptions for years, for decades. The PDR has been around. We have a lot of products with Pure. I don't want to overwhelm you. We have a metabolic reset that's amazing. If you cannot lose weight, no matter how hard you try, Pay attention to that when I talk about it in a moment. We have a sports line that my entire family cannot live without. We're in the gym for an hour to 2 hours every day. But I want to focus in and talk about the starter packs. See, these 7 products change people's lives. There's 6 things people typically feel in the first 30 days of being on this system. Weight loss without trying. Insomnia issues resolved. That was me. Loads of energy, better mood, but you don't notice the mood change. I don't think my husband really noticed the explosive anger and the depression, but I noticed. I struggled with that. And when that was gone, it was marriage saving. It'll be 25 years in April. I do not know we would be here without Pure. Weight loss without trying. I lost 32 pounds in 3 months. And pain reduction, if not total resolution. Those are the things people typically notice in the first 30 days on our Core Plus system. I want you to think of this as a servicing for your body. We service our cars. We take them in every 10,000 miles. If we don't, the lights are going off. It's not going to make it 200,000 miles if we don't do that. We service our air conditionings here in Florida. If we don't, the air conditionings aren't going to make it for very long, and that leads to misery. We service our phones. If they're not working, we go trade them in. You can't trade this in, guys. You can't trade it in. They're like, oh, I went to my doctor a month ago. That's my servicing. No, it's not. We check your blood. We do some scans. We give you some prescriptions. We take out your gallbladder or cut out half your thyroid because it's not working anymore. That's not a servicing. Cleanse the toxins out. Pour the plant-based nutrition in so your body can work the way it was made to work. If you're over 40 or you're on prescription medications, you're really toxic. You're really lacking in nutrition. Look at the Core Complete. It includes our superfruits, noni, mangosteen, acai, goji that have been used for thousands of years in the areas where they're grown. And they've been studied for over 3 decades here in the United States. They're 100% pure, no pear juice, apple juice added to make them taste good. And we show you how to get it in. Less than 30 seconds in the morning of nutrition and a 30-day guarantee. You will not find that at Whole Foods. You will not find that on Amazon. And yes, you can get it in less than 30 seconds in the morning. My kids have been slamming back their superfruits and their plant-based alkalinizing calcium for almost 2 decades now. My kids have been slamming this back every morning, and they get more nutrition in their bodies in that 30 seconds than their whole class gets in a week. And some parents say, oh, my kids won't do that. They will. It took me a month or 2 of trying a lot of different things. Mila and the French toast, pancakes, waffles, mixing the juices with orange juice to make it more palatable. But my kids are now 15 and 18. They can tell when they take it. They can tell when they don't. They ask for it. They literally ask for it. We're getting ready to go on a ski vacation. They're like, Mom, I need all my stuff this week. I don't want to get sick before I go. They know. We do smoothies. We have training videos with lots of other leaders that make 6 and 7 figures teaching you how to put it in your body. We have partnered with you to make sure that you can help get your whole family healthy. We're not selling dog food here, guys. We're not selling patches that maybe they work and maybe they don't work. We're selling nutrition, real live nutrition, not just fruits and vegetables. This is the stuff your body needs, essential minerals and fatty acids that it is not getting on a regular basis. You can go to purelifechangers.com to get more information. I know I'm talking fast. To hear the doctors educate on the products or to learn about the products individually. If you're watching on this site right now, you can use the search box to type in migraines, Alzheimer's, ADHD. Use the media tab and look up all the photos of blood pressures and cholesterols and triglycerides that have been posted. It's pretty powerful, guys. When I first got started, my goal was to impact the life of the people in my life. Because that's what I was used to doing as a PA. I saw 60 patients a day. I had a goal every day to just be the best PA I could be. Don't you have that goal at work? But I wanted to impact the people around me. I used to work at McDonald's. That was one of my first jobs in Tallahassee, Florida. And every day I would go in and be as chipper as I could. I wanted to brighten the day of whoever came through the drive-thru. That was my goal. I don't know why. I just wanted to do the best I could do. And here's what impacted me about this business is I would tell someone, they would come back and say, thank you, my pain is gone. I'm pooping every day. It's amazing. And then they would tell their neighbor, and their neighbor would have an amazing story. And then that person would tell someone. And then they all started getting weekly checks because they started plugging in to what we were doing here. And my mind was blown. I'd never impacted the lives of people that I'd never met. My mind was blown. And I began to dream really big that I could really maybe impact millions of people. Now we have a force of leaders who do presentations like this all the time, live, in person, in people's houses, on webinars, on videos. And if you get on our website, you'll go down, you can watch thousands of hours of testimonies, men, women. We have physicians, we have people who are personal trainers, we have real estate investors, we have stay-at-home moms. We have fitness instructors. We have corporate leaders who've been in nothing to do with healthcare, who have joined us to impact the world. And so I hope that you consider partnering with us. You don't have to do presentations. Heck, all you have to do is invite people to watch a presentation. This is the future. We've all watched some of our favorite retail stores and restaurants closing down. Everything's online, guys. It's going to be even more so in the future. Health and wellness is not going anywhere as the baby boomers continue to age and people start to realize this is your number one asset. You better take care of it. You won't find anything better than what we have here. Those of you into nutrition, compare what we have, and you will see this is much more simplified and actually more affordable than what you're already purchasing when you get involved in our SmartShip program. So livepure.com, the family package, that if you want not just to service your own body, but your whole family's body. We're moving towards the end of the year. You guys, do you want to just service yourself? In my house, I wanted to service my husband, my kids, my sister, and her son. I got the family pack, the best bang for my buck. The Reset Plus is for 2 people to do the Core Complete, the sports line, and our entire 6-week metabolic reset program where we set your metabolism on fire and it starts burning fat like you never have before. As you go to checkout, it's going to ask you, do you want to save money? Yes, choose to be a preferred customer at the very least. You give them your email address. There's no membership fee. If you get in the SmartShip program, which you don't have to do, that's where the more you purchase, the more you save. And that's what makes us more affordable than competition. But if you're watching this and you're thinking, how much is the Core Plus? Nervous about the money, or you're thinking, I need somebody in my life needs this, or you're into time freedom. You're into multiple streams of income. Maybe you already have 2 or 3 streams of income coming in and you're like, I want another one. This could be it. Look at being a brand partner. $49 to get started with a business here. And this is what happens. The checks started to come into my household. They weren't life-changing. I made good money as a PA, more than most doctors because of the field I was in. These checks start coming in, like $557, $879. My husband's like, where are these coming from? Well, basically, I was telling people about Pure. They were going onto my website. They were purchasing products. And I was getting a check for every single time a purchase was placed. But then when those people began to share, that's when the checks began to exponentially explode to where they matched what I made in my skincare store. That was 3 to 4 hours of work every night after I finished seeing patients. This was 1 to 2 phone calls a day. I started with 1 phone call a day. Teresa, I found something amazing. I think it might be for you. It might not be, but it might be. Can you jump on tonight at 8 o'clock to take a look? I think you'll know within 15 minutes if this is for you or not. That is what I did every single day. And I taught my people to do the same thing. And it has exploded. I have teams all over the world. In the first couple of years, I started to grow teams in Montana and Arizona and New Mexico and California and Washington State, places I've never been. You can do the same. You're only going to grow 2 teams. So if you enroll 20 people, the first 2 people you enroll are going to have those people underneath them. So if you were invited today, probably whoever invited you probably invited 10 to 20 people to jump on today. And if you choose to join, the sooner you join, the more likely you are to see people joining your team tomorrow, next week, definitely the last week of this year, and then moving into the new year as people start to set New Year's resolutions. So if Bob and Kristen are on and Bob says I'm in and Kristen says I'm in, whoever invited you is going to put you on 2 separate teams. All right. But then tomorrow, Linda and Beth watch, or tonight at 8 o'clock, and then they go on Bob's team, on Kristen's team. What does that mean? I mean, every time Beth, Leah, Brenda place an order or tell anybody and they place orders, it's going to go into a commissions account for Bob. Bob can earn income off of people he never met because whoever invited Bob is still sharing. And that money sits in a savings account for Bob to start to cash in on once he begins to share it. You do not want to be down at the bottom here, Jason or Leah. You want to be Bob or Kristen. So get back to the person who invited you. Text them now. Who knows how many they have on? And say, I'm interested. I'm ready to go. Or you have questions. Stay on and get your questions answered. Type in the Q&A at the bottom right now. It's $49 to enroll, free if you're a military or student, or you get one of our business packs. The monthly overhead is about $140 worth of products. If you can't afford that, you have customers who purchase 3 to 4 products a month, that fills in your monthly overhead. But I would highly recommend you start up SmartShip right from the beginning. Set yourself up to get another 2 to 3 products in 28 days. You can edit it. You can delete it with a click of a button. But set yourself up. Say, I'm going to do this. A new year is coming, and I'm tired of being in debt. I'm tired of being broke. Maybe you don't need to get your health on track. Maybe you're great. But time passes, and this body needs to be taken care of, guys. Decide today you're going to get started. Place your first order. I recommend the family pack. It's $4,000 worth of products, $2,500. And we have these coupons that last through the end of 2022 that give you another 20% off. So it's $4,000 worth of products for $2,000. You get your shipping waived, you get your membership fee waived, you get in the company's star bonus program, which pays you extra bonuses when you begin to build. You get our 30 minutes a day of training that you do 5 days a week. But with this one, you get in our VIP group where we do weekly coaching calls, frequently asked question calls, direct contact with you and my top earners and leaders, coaching you, mentoring, because we know if you come in with this, you probably have pretty big goals. And we want to help you achieve them as fast as possible. So you've got a whole system of mentors that you will get to plug into, plus my VIP trips that we do twice a year. The last one was Costa Rica. This next one is going to be for your family. You can't even run for the trip if you're not a VIP on our team. Plus you get 4 of these to share with others. The Reset Plus is what I've been talking about. We're having a Reset Transformation Challenge starting in January. This is for 2 people. It's actually $2,000 worth of products. With this coupon, it drops to $1,200. And that's the Core Complete, the sports line. It's everything you need to get through the 6-week program for 2 people. You get the 30 minutes a day of training. You get the 30-day satisfaction guarantee. You will not be in our VIP program though. So if you really want that, squeeze out the extra $800 somehow and set a goal for yourself to make your money back. I'll show you how to do that. You can start wherever you want. Core Plus, less than $10 a day for you to service your body for 30 days. The average person will go forward with 2 to 3 products after that. If you're a nutrition junkie, you'll probably go forward with more than that. It's cheaper than what I was purchasing. This is how you make your money back. If you invite 10 people to watch a presentation, I know the numbers. I've been doing this 15 years, and 10 people get on. If 3 to 4 come in with it, well, 4 come in. If 4 come in with the same package you started with, you'll have made your money back. So basically, you'll have gotten your family's health for free, and now everything else is positive cash flow. This is why Tony Robbins, Richard Branson, Robert Kiyosaki say it's a brilliant business model. Hard part is finding one that's going to make it past the first 5 years. That's the hard part. We're 15 years in. We're debt free. We're not going anywhere. This is the future. We're just looking for people who will partner with us and be loud. Livepure.com, guys. Go to checkout. If you like to travel for free, really good at helping people earn free trips. We helped over 50 people earn a trip to the Amalfi Coast of Italy earlier this year. I have a goal to help 200 people earn the trip to Greece in September of 2023. It could be you. Why not? Why shouldn't it be you? There's no cap to what you can earn. If you want to start out doing 30 minutes a day like I did, heck, I started out doing 1 phone call a day. And then I began to see those checks growing. I was like, what if I spend 3 hours a day on this? There's nothing saying you can't make more than me. When people go, is this a pyramid? I say, what do you mean? You know, where the person at the top makes all the money. You mean like your job? You mean like my job that I had where the doctor made the most and then the other doctors and the PAs and the nurses? You mean like that? It's the opposite. I make more than the people who told me about Pure. I make more than the people who told them about Pure. There will be people underneath me who make more than me. You can make whatever you want to make. I'm not stopping you from working this 12 hours a day. I don't know who you know. I don't know who is in your circle. I don't know how coachable you are, but we have a system in place that makes this duplicate while you sleep if you choose to plug in. I hope you choose to partner with us. I don't see any questions, you guys. So I will be live again tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern and live again tomorrow at noon. And then I'm taking a break until the week after Christmas. So there'll be lots of videos to share in the meantime, but I hope that you see what we have. It's a perfect time to get started, learn how to invite, and then jump in, start inviting with us the week after Christmas when everybody's thinking about their New Year's resolutions. Bye, everybody.